all type of ass. Shit.
But Dan Quinn certainly knows something about football. There's some people that aren't meant to be head coaches, but I'm not going to sit up there and knock him for being a coordinator. He's got a good reputation as a coordinator. He's no Mike Nolan, who had the 31st ranked defense in Atlanta in 2014, couldn't get a job ever since until Mike McCarthy grabbed him from the scrap heap. This is not Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn knows football. Dan Quinn had a stellar reputation as a defensive coordinator. And if he ends up in Dallas, I have no problem with it. I'm just saying that was the location of one of the dumbest plays in NFL history. And he was the head coach that presided off of that. But in the end, I can't knock it. I just think that.
I mean, let me say this also. I'm not really excited about the hire of Dan Quinn. Not only because of the boneheaded, collapse. Actually, I enjoyed the collapse because I'm a Cowboys fan. But on the other side of the lens, why would we go after the guy that showed, dumbness, for lack of a better word, in play calling down the stretch against us that caused us to beat them in the game that they had won with like 3 minutes left. That was up by them to 2 touchdowns. And he couldn't just run the ball out and things like that to get the W. Speaking of, also having the biggest Super Bowl collapse of all time against Tom Brady and the Patriots. You up 28-3 in the third quarter, 28-3. And you can't figure out how to close that deal. Now, if it's 28-3, sometimes games, offenses come out and they get started slowly, and the other team takes advantage of some turnovers, and you can get down 21-0, 28-3, second quarter, and you got plenty of time to kind of work your way back in the game. But that happens all the time. If you got a high-powered offense. If you give them a whole half to come back, they can get on the right track and they can come back. But when you come back after halftime of the Super Bowl, up 21-3, and then the first drive back from halftime, you get a pick six to take it into the end zone, and you still lose that game, then obviously there was some defensive errors. He's a defensive coach. He was head coach at that time, but obviously there were some defensive errors to lead to you in that collapse. And so now, here we go, hiring another team's cast-off for the Cowboys. So we'll see how that goes. I wasn't extremely excited about Mike McCarthy. And the first year kind of showed that. I mean, the Cowboys showed a little something down the stretch. But it didn't start off great at all. And they missed the playoffs, and they still just finished 6-10. So, we'll see how that turns out.
There's a black cat running around, and no matter who goes there, they go to Dallas to get their reputation smeared. No matter how good they look elsewhere, when they come to Dallas, they never look better.